the water, Barakatah, Kahalayimla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Aqua, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. And it says, the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart. O Most High, thou would not despise. So I want to get into, when Yahweh Shai, when he walked the earth, he was a lowly, humble man. And when you are poor and lowly, you are humble and you're needy. So the same way that Yahweh Shai walked down here amongst the children of Israel, he didn't have a mansion. He didn't have a fancy chariot. He really was a lowly, poor man. That's how he came. Like Elder Yashawamba says, if Yahweh Shai was here today, he'll pull up in a Honda Accord. But that's real though. So the Lord, why you think you got scriptures talking about woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation. And that is hard. That is hard for a rich man to enter to the kingdom of heaven, So you got scriptures like that because when you are rich and you have things, you're not humble. You're not needy. Because to have a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart, you're humble and you're needy. And that's what the Lord wants. You shouldn't have one proud bone in your body. So the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit and broken and contrite heart. O Most High, thou would not despise. See, that's who the Lord's looking for. Those who actually depends on him. Those who are actually humble. The scripture said that the meek, aka being humble, the meek shall inherit the earth. All right. Then he said that the peacemakers, they shall see God. So it's all about being low and humble, needy. The Lord is dealing with those type of men and women. All right. That's why he said this in it said, I will also leave in the midst of you an afflicted and poor people, and they should trust in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And when you see this word poor, it's not talking about destitute, being on the street with a sign, eating out of trash cans, begging for money when people walk past. And they talk about that. It's talking about just you have enough to get your daily bread. Some brothers have more than others. We are a body. All right. So the point is that you're not going to be able to just do whatever you want to do. You ain't going to be rich like that. Scripture says that, riches, it brings you into diverse lust. That's what happens when you get riches in a wicked world. It's nothing but wicked devices that you get into. So having just enough to have your daily bread, consider yourself blessed. I always say this. What is the point of living after your heart desires just to be judged in the end? Everything that you did, it ain't going to mean nothing in that time. So, and this is why the Lord said this too. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have the Most High chosen the poor, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, which that means humility right there. And that also means needy right there, because guess what? You have faith in the Lord and you have faith in nothing else. You don't have faith in you saving yourself. You don't have faith in money saving you. You have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It said, in heirs to the kingdom which he had promised them that love him. So as a child that's dependent on his parents, I have a little son and I understand what that scripture means more now in 1 Corinthians 14:23. It said, be malice when it comes to damn it, the Lord want me to get it because I usually can quote it. I think it's 20. See, it said, brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men. See? So like when I chastise my 2-year-old son, my son is right back trying to get comfort from me. He don't get an attitude. He don't be like, I'm mad. F my dad. You know, he's literally, I pop him because he did something. And then 30 seconds later, he's right up my butt, lifting up his arms for me to pick him up, trying to see my energy, see how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in malice, you know, that's a characteristic of inflicting hurt upon people. But you could do that verbally or physically. So you're supposed to be as a child. So like when the Lord chastises you, even though this is easier said than done, the flesh always work first. Then the spirit settle you down. When you're going through something, you know, your first emotions is this is some bullshit. Everything always happened to me is unfair, that type of stuff. But then after after the Lord sup with you, settle down your spirit, then you understand you're just being chastised and the Lord just bringing you through something. But it don't feel good, as it say in Hebrews 12:11. Being chastised, it don't feel joyous but grievous. So when you're going through things, when adversity strike, you ain't thinking about prosperity and vice versa. So going back to this, so the Lord, he dealing with the humble. He's dealing with the lowly. He's dealing with the needy. The ones who put their trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So let's get an example of Yahweh Shai, how he walked the earth. And this is why we have a high priest that could be touched by the feelings of our infirmities. So it says, now Yahweh Shai saw great multitudes about him. He gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow you wheresoever you goest. This to show you that every scribe and Pharisee wasn't wicked, just most of them. And it said, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, the foxes have holes and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of the Most High, Son of the Man, which is really the Son of the Most High, have not where to lay his head. I shouldn't even said it that way because you got simpletons out there. He is the only begotten Son of the Most High, but he did have a father on the earth, and his name was Jesse. All right. But so the point is this. Yahweh Shai told the man, you can follow me, but I don't got nowhere to go. It ain't like you about to be shacking up at my house. Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, he was on the go. The same way as Paul was on the go. You know how Paul was traveling everywhere preaching the gospel? Yahweh Shai did it first. All right. So when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, he was laying his head wherever he could lay his head. Back in those days, people, came to each other's houses, but you was on the move. He was on the move preaching the ministry, the gospel of the good news. So Yahweh Shai, he didn't have no mansion. He didn't have no fancy horse and chariot. He ain't have none of that. He was just a lowly man. He came. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the scriptures next. Matter of fact, let me just get it now. This is the way that the Lord came. So it said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahweh Shai, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, because he's the only begotten Son. And he was telling the people that, but the people rejected and said it was blasphemy. He got put to death for one of those. It was really, he got put to death for no reason, but to try to justify it, they said he called himself the Son of the Most High. So they looked at it as blasphemy. So but he made himself of no reputation, right? That's a lowly man, and took upon him the form of a servant, which how we are, and was made in the likeness of men, because he had parents. Not a parent, parents. All right. And it said, and being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to death, even the death of the cross. And that's why the scripture says those who stand so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Why would you have to stand so stiffly for the name of the Lord? I'm talking about the servants of the Lord, because you might possibly have to look in the face of death. Some of us ain't going to taste death. Some of us is. But see, Yahushua, he was obedient. And listen, I always think about this. Yahushua created everything you see, even the people that killed him. So coming down here to get killed by people that you created, that's you can't get no more humble than that. Like, really think about that. Yahweh created Yahushua first, and through Yahushua, he created the angels, and him in the Alahayim, which is the angels, created everything you see. He's exalted above everything. All right? And he came down here and died by the hands of wicked ass niggas and whack ass Edomites, the Romans. All right? The lowest of the low. 2/3 and Edomites. So it says, wherefore the Most High also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. He's above everything. Everything. And he came down here and died for a man like you and me who don't deserve it. We all fall short of the glory of the Most High, as the scripture says. So we fall short according to the covenant. All right. We broke it. And guess what? Yahweh had a provision. Yahweh had a provision for us, and it's Yahweh. So the Lord, so the point of this video that I'm making is that Yahweh, he came to the earth. He came as a lowly man, also a needy man. Remember, he asked the Father if this cup could pass 3 times. All right. Then he humbled himself and said, you know what? Let your will be done. Because the Father didn't answer him. He knew what he had to do, but he was in this weak ass flesh. Let me get this real quick and come back. It said, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Most High sent his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh. See, he had the same flesh that we had. The weakness, the doubts, the ability to sin, but what? And for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. See, he conquered this sinful flesh. That's why we have a chance to be changed in the twinkle of an eye. So it says, we'll read it again. Wherefore the Most High also have highly exalted him and given him a name above, which is above every name, that at the name of Yahushua every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. All right. Ooh, see, I'm surprised a Christian ain't tried to use that scripture. See, under the earth is hell. Listen. You got worms, you got maggots under the earth. I'm just using those as a little quick example. I don't want to divert myself from the video. But yeah. And it said, and that every tongue should confess that Yahushua HaMashiach is Lord, the glory of the Most High of the Father. So this is the man. All right. This is the man. And I'm showing you through the scriptures that the man walked the earth, but he was lowly, just like how me and you are. Needy, not proud, humble. At least we try to be, and the Lord said, as it said in Psalms 51:17, the sacrifices of the Lord. You know how the scripture said, make your body a living sacrifice. When you make your body a living sacrifice, which is your reasonable service, Romans 12:1, that is a person that is lowly, also needy, also humble, because you're putting your life on the line. You're putting your life on the line because you believe. And the main reason why you're putting your life on the line, because as the scripture said, I have chosen you. You have not chosen me. So that's why you got to be grateful. So the Lord is only dealing with the lowly, the humble, and the needy. That's it. If you're the opposite of those characteristics, pray, ask the Lord to give you that spirit. So that's what I wanted to touch on, man. Yahushua, when he was on the earth, and the scripture said, Yahushua, we supposed to be like him. You know, that he's supposed to, you got people who got idols in the world. Yahweh Shai is supposed to be our idol. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like to use the word idol, but I'm just using that for, that's the words that people know by. But the person you're supposed to look up to is Yahweh Shai. All right. Yahweh Shai gave us direction. We can read about it. And, so I'm going to end it there. And hopefully this video is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.